Welcome back. I'm Emily at Emily's podcast, Tribute to All Little Angels, Part 6, Episode 8 of Refresh Our Memory of Times, Dates, and Events. November 6, 2021. At this time, I'm planning a trip to Michigan. I now have a reporter's name, address, and phone number. And gosh, I hope this works. November 11th, 2021. Myself and my great niece Carla, drove to Michigan in hopes to get help from outsiders of Oklahoma. On November 16th, 2021, 9:46 a.m., my niece Jen, Carla, and I went to KFOR in Detroit, Michigan. We were not allowed in because of the COVID virus, but I was able to leave a message for the reporter to contact me. So now we wait. November 17th, 2021. This morning, I decided to write a brief letter to this reporter and send the overlay picture. 11:17 a.m. After I read my letter I wrote to Jen and she sent me the flash drive of the overlay video, I sent the email to the reporter. 12:30 p.m. I received my first response from this reporter. The response was very informational, and I did learn something myself. November 19th, 2021. Carla and I leave the Detroit area. November 21st, 2021, Sunday evening. We are home back in Oklahoma, and yet again, with hopes someone will do as they say they would do. So at 5:56 p.m., I took a chance and emailed the reporter. My niece Jen looks up information for the parents of the little girl's name on the rock headstone to let the parents and or the grandparents know of the cut marks around this headstone at this time. One lives in Oklahoma and one lives in Tennessee. I don't know for sure if they are the correct relation, but I will take a chance at sending a letter and a few pictures. November 28, 2021, 9:00 a.m., I sent the reporter an email. January 11th, 2022, a beginning of a new year. Let's hope. 10:44 a.m., I looked for information for news stations around our state of Oklahoma because I did learn as long as it's less than 1,000 miles away. January 16, 2022, 10:56 a.m., Summer, a young woman that found the case file in the back seat of a rental car. January 18th, 2022, 12:53 p.m., I sent the reporter in Detroit a short version of the story. January 25th, 2022, nothing, absolutely nothing from the reporter in Detroit. And in this next month, I organized my case files and I researched information of how to write a law, to continue seeking help from anyone and everyone in a good way. March 2nd, 2022. Today, I wrote the story to send more emails. March 7th, 2022, 3:45 p.m., Gail, my sister-in-law, sent a message saying, I gave Summer your phone number so you two can talk about the cemetery story. Do you want me to leave this file with her and you can send me one? It's up to you. I'm with her now. 3:48 p.m. I wrote back to Gail. Yes, leave it with her. Yes, she can call me. And thank you so much. I will get you a new file in the mail. March 10th, 2022, 6:17 p.m. Gail messages. She wrote, "This is Summer's card and work number." Gail sent me a photo of Summer's business card. March 22nd, 2022, 8:45 a.m. I receive a message from Summer, the girl who found the envelope of information in the rental car. March 23rd, 2022, 9:16 a.m. I sent Summer a message. I wrote, "I have traveled to Michigan to talk to a reporter. He said I have to stay within 1,000 miles from where this occurred. Michigan is not in distance to help. I'm from Michigan, so I thought going home that someone there could and would help. They couldn't, but I thought they could lead me to someone who could. I just need one person, one ear, and two eyes. And thank you, Summer, for contacting me. Summer, just so you know," and I told her, "I have a hard time expressing this story without breaking down. Talking about it, I become a crying, sobbing mess. I can message crying through it, but I get the story told." 1:32 p.m. Summer wrote, "Have you reached out to the Consumer Protection Division? With no luck too." I wrote, No, I haven't. I never heard of it. I did reach out to our Attorney General with a response of, he's not my personal attorney. 1:36 p.m. Summer sent me a form. I filled out the form, and when I was done with it, I slipped it in a gold envelope with a short version of the story, the case packet Summer found. I added some more paperwork, and it is ready to mail. So today, I mailed the envelope. April 2nd, 2022. I receive a letter from the Attorney General's office. It is a Moore Cemetery, Oklahoma complaint number. I am relieved to see this. April 7th, 2022. The City of Moore calls at 3:06 p.m. I missed the call, and at 3:23 p.m. I listened to the message. April 8th, 2022, 2:04 p.m. I called the City of Moore back. There was no answer. Vanessa, the lady who left the message, had a few questions for me, but also did not call back. April 18th, 2022, 10:36 a.m. I receive a letter from the Attorney General's office. Also a letter from the City of Moore. The Attorney General's letter is telling me the City of Moore is saying they don't know me. I read the letter in entirety, and not only are they saying they don't know me, they also say I have no family members in this cemetery. April 22nd, 2022, 2:44 p.m. I got paper and pen and sat down to write a letter to the Attorney General's office. April 25th, 2022. I mailed the packet to the Oklahoma Attorney General's office, certified mail, signed for. May 5th, 2022. We visit the cemetery. It's flooded. May 10th, 2022. 5:12 p.m., Madison looks up for the tracking number of the case file that was sent to the Attorney General's office. It was delivered and signed for on Tuesday, April 26, 2022 at 10 o'clock a.m., May 26, 2022. 1 month today since the Attorney General's office signed and received the case file. May 27, 2022, 6:16 p.m., I receive a letter from the Attorney General's office claiming the file has been closed because I did not respond in the 30 days to their response and the city's response. And I'm in disbelief. Like, what? I have receipt where I sent it, certified mail, and the email receipt of someone picked it up on April 26, 2022 at 10 o'clock a.m., signed by D. White. May 30th, 2022, 9:48 a.m., my niece Jen calls the Attorney General's office. Jen said a lady answered and switched her to another line, and Jen left a message with my phone number to return the call. June 1st, 2022, 10:41 a.m., I call. The phone rang and rang and rang. It rang for 2 minutes. And I only say that because I wrote the time down on paper that I made the call. And when I hung up from no one answering, I looked at the clock and it is 2 minutes later. And I couldn't even leave a message. 2:04 p.m., I called the Attorney General's office again. A lady answers. She switched me over to another lady, and a recorder came on, as it did to Jen yesterday. I did leave a message with no call back yesterday or today. June 2nd, 2022, 1:24 p.m. I'm working on my timeline and the phone rings. I answer. A lady asks to talk to me. I say, this is her. The lady says, we did not receive any packet from you. And of course, I claim my defense. And on June 5th, 2022, I copy letters I've received. I had a few papers that needed to be copied also. I got all the papers together. And on June 6, 2022, at 8:03 a.m., I put all the papers in order and in paper clips of the order they go in. I put it all in a gold envelope and addressed it. I sealed it and put it in my car. June 7th, 2022. I asked Carla to take it into the Attorney General's office, hand delivered. But she couldn't do it today, but she said she will do it tomorrow. And thank you, Carla. June 8th, 2022. It's pouring down rain this morning. It's extremely hard. I went back and forth this morning about getting this second file to the Attorney General's office, and I already knew it was not going to be until it stops raining. 1:24 p.m., my phone rings. It's from an unknown number. I answer it. A lady asked to talk to me. I say, this is her. The lady said, I have your packet. I said, you have it? She said, yes, I have it. I will take it to who it belongs to. I will call you back to let you know it is in the correct hands. 11:33 a.m., my phone rings. I answer. The lady says, Emily? I said, yes, The lady says the packet is in the right hands now, and I thank her. June 8, 2022. I've been waiting. June 14th, 2022. I hear and see a news segment on TV. It's about another cemetery in the state that a lady buried her father and now has to move him because they buried him in the wrong location. She's letting the public know because she wants to know if she can stand in at the digging and be there when they bury him in the correct location. I listened. It's late, and I went to bed. June 15th, 2022, 6:53 a.m. I open my eyes and I can't get the news segment out of my mind. I start to message my niece Jen, and something stopped me. I went to message Jen again a few minutes later, and something stopped me. I knew then I need to make this call myself, and I pray I can without crying. 7:52 a.m. I call News 25. Colleen answers. I reply to her that the woman on the news segment can be there in both cases if she wants to be. Then I mentioned briefly about my cemetery case. Colleen took my name and number. And on June 17th, 2022, I have not heard anything. July 5th, 2022, I've not heard anything yet, but the 30 days will be over on July 8th, 2022. July 18th, 2022. I went to the mailbox to receive a letter from the Attorney General's office with the city's response also. Their response to my legal documents. July 19th, 2022. My sister Susie and I talk of doing a podcast. We Zoomed each other a couple times to get it set up and ready for practice recordings. And we did this because all through me telling Megan's story, people tell me, they encourage me to keep putting it out there. So I am going to continue to do that. And I appreciate Summer for her continued help. July 22nd, 2022. The introduction to the podcast has been written. July 27th, 2022. I work on putting pictures on a flash drive and the descriptions of the pictures to send to my sister Susie. July 29th, 2022. I practice and practice recording. And in this process, I recorded 2 weeks worth of episodes. August 12th, 2022. Today, this evening, the first part, episode 1, airs tonight at 8:00 p.m. I start telling Megan's story tonight on a podcast, and it ends 4 months later, telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth. The podcast story ended in December 2022, and I keep moving forward. August 31st, 2022. My brother John, his daughter, my niece Shelby, and her friend Rory visits from Indiana. Shelby wanted to view the cemetery herself, so we went to the cemetery. Rory mentions plot markers, and we look around for the plot marker in Babyland 6th West. There were none, and I've never noticed one in this area. So at this time, we were visiting another headstone, and we spot a plot marker in this location. So we went back to Babyland 6th West to see if one is in that area. and Shelby notices indent marks in the grass near a headstone in Babyland 6th West. The indent marks in the grass matches up to the plot marker in another location of this cemetery, but the plot marker was not there and has not been there before, where the indent mark showed in the grass. Shelby did post the indent marks in the grass that matched the plot marker indents on the cemetery cover-up page. September 3rd, 2022. I visit the cemetery to take pictures of the indent marks in the grass, and I took picture of a plot marker in another location, and Shelby is correct. They do match up. I viewed my pictures, but first I viewed to look in older pictures if ever there were a plot marker there. And no, in pictures it shows no plot marker. Thank you for listening. Stay kind with your words.